Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. Coming up, Andy Crow's protecting not his crop, but his face from pigeon attack. We're here at the Oxford Gun Company, watching schools from all over England shoot it out for Top Gun. First, the mighty Roy Lupton is on ickle baby songbird patrol, saving eggs from evil Mr Squirrel. It's never straightforward going out with Roy. Today we're supposed to be going after squirrels before the leaves make the draves and possible runners difficult to see. Roy and his friend Jim are armed to the teeth with air rifles, full-bore rifles and shotguns.
And you can never be overgunned, can you? So we've got some air rifles this morning, we've got shotguns and we've got a rifle as well. So I mean, we've been asked to come down and control the squirrels. It's our yearly squirrel bashing, so we have to try and keep the numbers down here because obviously they do a lot of damage. One to the woodland and also to the nesting birds as well. So we just need to remove quite a few of those. But we thought while we're down here, as we were getting up at some ungodly hour, we'd try and make the most of it and see what else we could account for.
Before the grey, we're after reds. Don't panic, we're talking foxes.
The shepherd's been saying there's only a couple of foxes coming in, and the lambs are due out, so we're going to go and tuck up down there. What I want you to do, I'm going to be facing out this way. I want you to look back up the bank because one might come along from a stand of briar further up. So if you're ready as they come along there.
For some reason, a herd of deer are scooting around us. But they don't stay still enough for a shot.
I don't know what happened there. I'm guessing that a dog walker had come in along the top and the dog had probably chased them and spooked them.
Roy repositions just in case they cross the bottom of the valley. Again, they're not stopping for anyone, especially Roy.
Oh well, got into position, but they weren't going to stop with it. A couple of young bucks in there. Yeah, I mean, they were definitely spooked, so I'm not quite sure what's been going on up there, but something's come through and disturbed everything in there. Now we've probably ruined the foxing, but you should never deviate from the plan.
Back to plan A and foxing, but for a change, the call doesn't get a response. Roy wants to head to the other side of the estate for another squeak before the dog walkers really start getting the wildlife on edge. This time it's the air rifle out of the slip, but it's the pigeon giving Roy the slip. Eventually he stays still long enough for a shot. Finally, there's something for our efforts. Now in woodland, the shotguns make an appearance. We see at least half a dozen drays as we stalk through it. Now we've got to get on with the main job that we came here for this morning, which is having a go at the squirrels. So it's a shame actually because we were going to try and do quite a few with the air rifle before we started off with the shotguns. But as we were stalking through the wood this morning, you could see that the squirrels were just up and away. You know, they're again very, very jumpy this morning. So we're just going to go and do some dray bashing and see how we get on. You can do it one of two ways. You can either have a dray poking pole, which you know, if you're flushing squirrels for birds, I mean, you know, you can fly female red tails, and you know, some people fly Harris hawks and things on them if you're poking them out like that. And it can provide really good sport, but you do have to be incredibly careful if you are flying squirrels with a bird of prey because they do bite quite badly. So this morning though, we've not brought the dray pokers with us. All we're going to do is get a shot through the dray that either kills the squirrels in the dray or at least flushes them, and then when they start flushing and running around the trees, then we'll pick them off. So as I say, this is just purely a pest control operation this morning, and we've just got to try and get the numbers down before the leaf gets up on the trees. No, nobody home. Nobody home. Nobody home in that one. That looked quite promising though, didn't it? That was a nice fresh one. Roy allows Jim to have the first shot, and he is there to deal with any runners. Not all drays have anyone at home, but for some there's a rude awakening. Jim is pretty tentative picking up the squirrels, much to the amusement of Roy.
I can't believe you've been manned out by David.
I didn't see it. David found it. God bless David.
Why are you holding it like that? Honestly, it's dead. It's not going to hurt you, mate. Honestly, look. See? The squirrel won't hurt you.
Yeah, lovely.
But with these rodents, once bitten, twice
me,
and
you'll only ever get
thrice
bitten once.
shy, and he has the scar to prove it.
You're traumatised by that. Must have hurt a lot.
You've no idea. The next time he says the squirrel won't hurt you, I'll wince in pain, because I know he will. Little what's it.
The other thing to remember when you're doing this sort of work is that obviously if we left it any later, then the birds would be nesting, and there's a chance that you can mistake a dray for a nest up in one of the trees or something like that. So really, you want to do it before any of the birds have started laying, and just run through. So we're sort of pushing it now, and another few weeks, and you really wouldn't want to bother doing it.
The most Roy has had out of the wood is 15, so for a short morning we haven't done too badly, especially as Jim still has all his fingers. For more on air rifles, tune into Team Wild TV because they've a new film this week. Just click on the angry buck. Now, from one furry woodland friend to another, it's David on the Fieldsports channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Britain News. Shooting grounds and clubs are being encouraged to sign up to run an event during National Shooting Week to help bring new blood into the sport. This is the 6th annual event aimed at bringing in newcomers into shooting sports. In the Olympic year, National Shooting Week will run from the 2nd to the 10th of June. Sign up at nationalshootingweek.co.uk. Another major UK shooting event on the horizon is the opening of the roebuck season on the 1st of April. North of England stalker John Robson, also known as YouTuber Yorkshire Roe Stalking, has already been out to have a look at what might be available. Visit youtube.com/Yorkshire Roe Stalking for more. This year's Mitsubishi Motors World Series Clay Shooting Championship kicks off at Kelmarsh Game and Country Fair on the 21st and 22nd of April. Qualifying rounds, which will be contested over a 50-bird sporting layout, will continue at the fairs at Highclere, Sussex and Lowther, before the final at the Midland Game Fair. A Mitsubishi L200 Trojan, worth more than £20,000, is up for grabs. To enter, visit doveridgeshootinggunacademy.co.uk. And finally, there's a new rom-com out, and it's about salmon fishing. Salmon Fishing in the Yemen, starring Ewan McGregor, Emily Blunt and Kristen Scott Thomas, is a BBC film that's already launched in US cinemas. The story's about a fishery scientist who's drawn into a scheme hatched by a fly-fishing-obsessed Yemeni sheikh who dreams of achieving the seemingly impossible, introducing salmon to the wadis of the Yemen. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Britain News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. Now, kids and guns, what a great mixture. We're at the first event of the 2012 Schools Challenge. More than 180 children and youths from schools across England are here at the Oxford Gun Company, competing for £12,000 worth of prizes today. Here's one of them, Megan Bates from Breedon School in Gloucestershire.
It'd be nice to be in the prizes, but this is the second one I've done so far, so hopefully had a couple of lessons and that's good.
So this is all about taking part?
Yes.
That's very big of you. I mean, I'd expect you to say no, win.
It would be nice to win, but it's the taking part that counts, and it's just nice to come out and meet people within the shooting industry and get to know people around the course.
Megan's brother is punchy about his chances.
It's my first school challenge competition, but I've shot a lot recently, so I'm hoping to put the team up and hoping the team will win.
And how did they prep you for all this? Did you have shooting lessons at school?
I've been shooting at school for 4 years now. and I've been shooting since I was tiny, and coming up here since last July with David Florent having lessons, and previously I've been here on Monday practising hard, ready for the day ahead now.
Last year's winners of the two main Schools Challenge events are Millfield School and Warwickshire College. These lads from Seaford College in West Sussex reckon they are in with a chance.
Hopefully, yeah, I think a good chance, not too bad. Yeah.
Millfield and Warwickshire College, both winners from last year. You worried?
Well, we beat them one year, so we can beat them again.
They've always been our main competitors, but I think, as Ali just said, 2 years ago we beat them, so I think we can do it again.
Charles, are you happy with the way you shot so far?
So far, yeah. We only just shot one, so we're going to see how we do on this one, and then we'll come back to that one.
It's not all private schools. Kyneton High has produced Schools Challenge winners. There are lots here, like Megan, who are interested in the competition for individual glory. Now we're in a shocking situation because Charlie, you're on 30, but Alex, you're on 45.
Yeah.
Should you be quite proud of that score?
No, he shouldn't. He should have straightened it. He shoots every day of his life.
Alex, is that true? Should you have straightened it, really?
Yeah, really, because the ones I dropped was silly mistakes, all of them.
Now, you are on the edge of your seat because one of these guys could score 46, 47, 48, and that would be bad because then he wouldn't win.
Yeah.
But you reckon you're in with a chance with winning now?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah.
And do you hope that Alex is going to win, Charlie?
Yeah, I do, yeah. My teammate, so.
He's a teammate, even though he's from a different school?
Yeah, just because we're from Hornsby shooting school. So.
Brilliant. All right, well, good luck. Let's see how it all pans out.
Okay, thanks.
Done. But the best reason to be here is for the fun of it. Are you just off to shoot the Rabbit Mania now?
Yeah, we shot it this morning, but we're going back to have a go at the pool shoot in the Rabbit Mania.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I mean, this is a fun day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Here to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, we're back because we like it, love it.
Now, a prize pot like the one assembled by the Oxford Gun Company is only possible with the generous help of sponsors. Rather than get them to explain their products to you, we have set them our own Fieldsports Channel Challenge. In a TV game show format taken straight from a Gilbert and Sullivan operetta, we have asked them to pair up and change roles. First up is a gun maker and a clay pigeon trap manufacturer.
So all I've got to do is flick that and press the button. Yep, ready, let's go.
On your marks. You've got a cartridge. Get set. You've got a cartridge, have you? Go! Yes! Browning clearly ahead of Bowman. Now it's the turn of the insurance and car salesman. Simon. Nice of you to turn up. Right, Simon.
Hello, Charlie.
Explain to the viewers what you do with your job.
I am an NFU Mutual Insurance Agent and the local group secretary for the Aylesbury branch of the National Farmers Union.
Terrific. Martin, what do you do?
I look after the Land Rover dealership in Cheltenham.
Right, that's where you're both wrong, because you, Simon, are going to look after the Land Rover dealership by riding this Land Rover bicycle up that hill. And you, Martin, are going to explain the benefits of NFU insurance to Simon while he does it. Are you ready?
No.
On your marks, get set, go!
Right then, Simon, life insurance, health insurance.
Health insurance, definitely.
Come on. Oh, assets.
I think we have a winner in Martin. Back to our original position. Simon's from the NFU, and you, Martin, are going to get up that hill in the manner that most typifies a Land Rover driver.
Fantastic.
He's going to break down halfway up.
Go! Oh, Martin! Stratstone Land Rover of Cheltenham, a winner there. Derek Barnes of Sporting Shooter magazine finds himself giving a shooting lesson to the Oxford Gun Company's Doug Florent, while Doug tries to sell advertising to Derek.
Hello, Mr. Florent. I'm Derek Barnes from the Oxford Gun Company. Welcome to my shooting ground. Have you been shooting before?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Are you married?
No.
You're not?
I think I'm just going to leave these two to get on with it.
Do you have children?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, unfortunately, that would have helped.
I'm actually a eunuch.
Oh, you did?
I'm actually advertising for wife at this moment.
Oh, right. Are you trying to pitch me some advertising space?
No, sure.
Don't do that now. I'm trying to teach you how to shoot.
We'll call that a draw. Meanwhile, back to the Schools Challenge, and Doug's son David is racing around organising the clays. So 185 kids today, is that a success?
Yeah, my aim is to try and beat 180, and we beat 180. That's what we wanted to get in. for each of the events. So that's a success. And the best thing that's done today is we've had probably 3 or 4 of the schools are new schools, the first competition they've ever come into. So that is what the 6 Schools Challenge is all there for. And we've also had individuals. We've had an increase in individuals coming on their own, which has only just started as well. So some of the old schools haven't come because it's been full, but it's come up with new schools that have never shot before. Can't really argue with that. That's what it's there for.
One of the UK's top junior shooters is Amber Hill. It should not have gone well for you, should it? Because you're moving to another sport.
Not exactly, yeah. I'm doing Olympic skeet now because I've just gone to Italy and got a new gun with my sponsors for it. So I've been practicing with that. So.
And how did you do today?
I didn't shoot too bad. I thought I'd do worse than I did, but I got a 46, I think, out of 50. Yeah.
46. Well, that's not bad. Do you think you could be in with a chance?
Well, I think Taylor Hedgecock's got a 47, and he did really, really well. So, but hopefully for the ladies, I might have a chance.
So that's not bad considering you're now training as this Olympic skiing. That's
yeah,
pretty good.
I was really happy with it.
Yeah. At last, the prize giving. Will Ford is prep winner with Isabella Ford ladies prep winner. Top ladies team is Millfield in Somerset, while Amber Hill wins the ladies individual prize. Boys winner is Taylor Hedgecock from the Soham Village College in Cambridgeshire. And Bloxham School goes away with a senior team prize. From fledgling shots to a fully grown crow man, it's Andy Crow with sporting shooter editor Dom Holtam.
Today we're going to make some noise before we get anywhere near a shotgun. This string of bangers is hopefully going to keep those pigeons moving around the farm and deny them a quiet place to settle away from our hide.
You can buy these. We get them from our local agricultural supplier. They usually go off about every 20 minutes, half hour. Depends on the wind and where you put them really. I usually put them back out the wind so they don't burn too quick. Sometimes I even cut them in half, cut the strings in half. So I just cut the strings in half so and hang them up together so that they go off more regularly, or have 2 strings running. But today we were not going to need the whole string, so I should probably cut off the bottom 4 off the bottom, and that'll keep us going for the couple of 3 hours that we'll be shooting. So, but you always must remember keep them dry, otherwise they don't start. And you just want to hold it into the wind to make sure it does get going. You see it's glowing now, it's getting up there, it's getting a bit of an ash on there. The plan is to get over the other side and get set up before the banger starts going off.
Of course, you should never hang a string of explosives near any footpaths or public rights of way. Andy recommends that you never use them in the summer when the vegetation is dry. He's got enough to deal with without setting his crops on fire. With the charges set, it's time to get ready on the wheat field beneath some favoured city trees, and for a change he's using a mix of decoys.
No, I don't tend to use these. I always use fresh, but there's not all the time. People haven't always got fresh. But I've been given these by A1 decoys. They're flock coated, and to tell the truth, they don't look too bad. The problem with old plastic decoys, they used to shine all the time. But as you can see with these, they got like a velvety feel to them. One thing I will say, you wouldn't want to get them dirty, and you wouldn't want to just chuck them in a bag with dirty sticks and that. You want to keep them, you want to look after them. They're the sort of decoy you want to look after, but they do look real. I'll put some out amongst the real ones just because they're a bit lighter than the real ones, and they just, hopefully they'll see them a bit better. But no, I'm quite impressed with them.
With a distant boom going off every 30 minutes or so, the woodies are being pushed around, but so far they're not decoying well. The stock doves, on the other hand, are coming in a treat.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of stock doves coming in here. They're seed-eating birds, so they're probably just coming in here to pick up the last chips of these acorns. So there's been quite a few of them here, but there's been a lot of pigeons here. The pigeons, they've been a bit scarce today. A bit of a Mark Gilchrist day today. Haven't shot too many. Rock doves is another one that's protected. I dare say there'll be someone that will tell me otherwise, but they are protected. But there's not the numbers of those as there is of wood pigeons. Where wood pigeons you get thousands of them, you probably get 20 or 30 stock doves on a field.
Andy doesn't just shoot, he enjoys another great passion of mine, fishing. And he's off for the first day of the trout season at nearby Buell Water, the reservoir of choice if the news wants to show how little rain we've had.
Hopefully we shouldn't get pestered by bank anglers. They won't be able to wade through the
No.
mud.
It's more drought than trout.
Yeah. Do you go up there often?
You are?
Do you fish up there often?
No, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
I ain't rich like you. 65 quid for a boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a fair old wodger dosh.
Yeah.
When you think, like, my favourite water up north is 3 quid for a day ticket, and me and a mate have caught over 100 trout before lunch there before.
What was that with a net?
No, he was called Alistair. There's plenty more where that came from. Anyway, back to the pigeons, and Crowman shifts up a gear. The speed and agility of these birds means most shots are a challenge, especially when you're leaving them late for the camera. Andy nearly takes this one on the chin, and when they're coming in at that speed, they can really hurt.
Take it you got that one, Dave.
With birds on the ground, but with no dog
Steady.
by his side, Andy unleashes his other pedigree retriever.
Best dog I've ever had.
Incredibly, many pigeons are still feeding on acorns, which would normally have been hoovered up before Christmas. At least for the moment, it's diverting their attention away from the crops, but that won't last for very much longer.
Well, we're back next week. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button that's somewhere on the screen above me, or go to our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, scroll down to the bottom, and you'll find the constant contact box. Pop your email address into that, and we will get in touch with you about our weekly programme that's out on Wednesdays from 7 o'clock UK time. Or click to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, same thing. This has been Fieldsports Britain from the Oxford Gun Company. Goodbye.